What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about something that I have been doing for many years and something that I feel very passionate about and something that I love. It's not so much to scare you guys, but it's to prepare you guys. I brought out a few things that I keep on my person at all times, or just a couple of things that I keep in my truck that are just readily available for me when I need them the most. There's too much going on in the world that we live right now with everything that you've been seeing on social media and all the media that's been covering the people that have been coming into this country. Somebody just attempted to take out Donald Trump for the second time. I know it's so easy to just hide underneath your pillow and pretend like nothing's ever going to happen and pray to God that every single day is just going to be sunshine and beautiful weather and nothing's going to happen. All jokes aside, you guys, this is something that could literally cost you like $20, $30 and you could be way ahead of the game. First thing I want to start out with is something I keep in my truck, and that's a Bic lighter. Super simple, very easy to use. You've got fire right when you need it. And also on this one, I've got a few strips, maybe 10 feet of Gorilla duct tape on here. And the reason why I have Gorilla duct tape on here is because it takes up virtually no space. But you guys, when you're in a pinch and you need to start a fire, Gorilla tape will actually burn very hot, and it will burn quite long, a lot longer than a piece of cotton or some tinder or a piece of cardboard, a piece of paper, whatever it may be. And in a pinch, if I need to get a fire started and I don't have any tinder or anything like that to get it started, I can quickly just take off a strip of this duct tape, light it on fire, throw it underneath my kindling, and then boom, you have a fire. Now you have means to cook, you got means to sterilize, purify some water. So a Bic lighter is a must-have, you guys. But this one stays in my truck. It's just in my center console. When you need it, you need it. You guys, you just never know what's going to happen. So you always just want to make sure that you have something to help you get through that, event, whatever it may be. It could be so many different things. It's super small, super cheap. You can pick these up for like 59 cents, 60 cents if you buy a 3-pack of them. The other thing that is always in my truck and it's always ready to go is just a knife, you guys. This is actually a Smith & Wesson Extreme Ops. Very basic knife. It's serrated at the bottom. One thing I don't absolutely love about this knife is it doesn't have a window breaker on the back of it, which is totally fine. I don't use this knife very often. It is sharp, however. If you guys want to see what that is. Basic clip on the back. This one, I believe, this one does have the snap out like that. The notch to protect your finger as well. So, if you need to cut some kindling, if you need to cut some cloth, make a Band-Aid, a knife, I could go all day long about a knife. A knife will just be awesome. And don't be afraid to accessorize your items. So for instance, this is pretty much just a knife. But I also have here, this is a Gerber knife. This is actually the Bear Grylls Gerber knife. This thing is so old. I've had this for like a decade. So this is a very, very sharp, fantastic knife. And you can see on the top there, I can take my ferro rod out of this sheath here at the top. And then if I wanted to, I can get my spark right there. That's one thing I loved about this, and it actually does have a very hard case for it to go into, which is fantastic. I'm going to put this ferro rod back in here real quick. This knife was, I think it was at the time, it was like 50 bucks. But if you go buy them now, it's probably way up there. But you guys, it comes with so much. This one also had a whistle on it off the tail end here that had a whistle, but I actually took that whistle off. I just didn't like it. It seemed like a pretty cheap whistle. You can buy flat ones these days. But another thing about this is you can tie it through your belt loop and all that good stuff. But one of the things that really brought me to it was it has a knife sharpener on the back side of it. So if my knife is getting dull at all, I can, just run it across this stone a few times and I can really just get some sharpness going again. And also if this knife gets dull, I can do the same thing. So this is kind of like I would say a 3-in-1, but there's actually one more thing that's on here. So you have your ferro rod, you got your knife, and you got your sharpener. But one more thing that you can put a strap around this handle too if you want. And this is very heavy duty if you want to use this as a hammer. But it also has, on the back side of it, it's got some signals for you. So it literally just gives you some basic instructions on the back of it. How to ask for help, like what do you need, certainly. Like that's just cool. Like it just uses up the space that's already on the blade. It is really nice to have. Just one more cool thing about that. So this is always in my truck all the time. So I know for a fact I always have fire, and my lighter's always in there too. But lighters, you know, they run on fuel, so it could get dropped in the water. You can lose them pretty easily. So fire, the knife. Another thing, we were kind of talking about that. So some of these things you don't absolutely need. I'm just trying to give you guys better options, or not better options, but more options to go with. And this is just like a utility knife, you guys. You can see it right there. You know, you got pliers, you got your Phillips, you got your flathead, you got another knife. This one actually does have a pair of scissors on it as well too, which is really cool because if you want to do some fishing, or if you need to sew something up, it does come with a pair of scissors, another knife, the Phillips, like I said, it does have a utility tool on here that you can use to make holes. There's actually some oil coming out of there. This blade right here is a file. It's also a flathead screwdriver, and it also has a little measuring tool on here that goes to 5 millimeters and 2 inches. But you can use these to make holes and stuff. If you need to, you know, cut a hole into some wood, you can make whistles, you can make traps, you can do all kinds of stuff with a utility knife like this. And it just sits in the sleeve. And also what's in the sleeve, which I don't know why. I don't know how old you guys are, but this is called the Gator Grip. This is insanely crazy. So those little bearings in there or whatever will form around whatever nut you have, like a wing nut, just a regular hex nut. And this goes from 1/4 inch all the way to 3/4, or 7 millimeter to 19 millimeter. And you can, like if you've got, like for instance, if you've got a nut or something you can't get off, or a nut you're trying to put on, it's a really stupid tool that you'll probably never use. But it's there, you know what I mean? So it's kind of nice. And then this just goes right back in my utility pouch. And it's just so small. I just didn't really see the point in not throwing it in my truck. It just sits in the little back seat of my truck. It's there if I need it. Heaven forbid, because my truck does have tools in it anyway. But if I need a flathead screwdriver, or if I need, you know, anything like that, it's just nice to have. And to have like a multi-tool socket, that's kind of cool. If you own a business, like these are things that are pretty basic that you probably already have in your car or your vehicle. But if you don't, I hope this video is definitely helping you guys out. So I own a lawn care business, like I already stated before. And one thing that always freaks me out is taking a pair of shears to the body, or maybe taking some hedge trimmers to the body, or getting something thrown up in my eye, slicing my finger open using some tools, some scissors or a knife or something like that. But the thing is, those things happen. I see it all the time. I see people cutting themselves, and I see people going through brush piles, or a stick stabs them or something like that, or they ran into something in there, you know, like. So this is always in my truck all the time, 24/7. Well, not all the time, it's out here right now, but this is a first aid kit that I had picked up from Sam's Club. And on the back, as you can see, it does have some hangers. So if you want to hang it on a wall or something like that, it actually looks really nice. And it comes with an awesome case. Like it's like a tackle box pretty much. This sits in my truck. And I will tell you, this is probably just as important as having it, is can you get to it? Do you know where it is? Because chances are, if you need this first aid kit, something's wrong. You know, like maybe you sliced your hand and you can't even use your hand, but yet you're digging through your toolbox in your truck trying to find your Band-Aids or your gauze or a shirt or something to help you stop that bleeding. you got to be able to get to this. And if you can't get to it, you got to be able to tell somebody where it is. Like if you're working with somebody like your cousin or your brother, or you're with your spouse or whatever it may be, and you're like, go get the first aid kit, it's in my truck. And 4 hours later, in a SpongeBob voice, it's like, they're like, where is it? And you're like, I don't know. Just turn the lights off and go for the glow. So for mine always sits under my back seat, and it's literally, you can grab it, the handle right here. So you can open the back door, you lift the back seat, and then there it is. Boom, glowing, first aid, just, it's glowing. And it's like, oh, okay, right there, and boom, you pull it out, and then it's super simple to open. You just pop these two hinges out right here, and then bam. If you don't want to splurge and you don't have the room or wherever it may be, you can go to your local dollar store, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, and you can literally just go pick these up for like $1, $1.50, something like that. So with that being said, this is, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but I can tell you it was roughly $250 off Amazon. And this is simply just some kind of jump pack starter. And I know a lot of people say it's to jump your car, but if you've got a lawnmower, like I do, this will jump your lawnmower. Sits just like this in a very nice case, you guys. And then when you need to go use it, this just plugs right into the side of it. This will recharge it. And then you can just hook up whatever it is that you need to hook up. And then there's a button on here, you press it. And this one, believe it or not, I don't know if you guys did see the name, but I'll show you again, because a lot of you guys out there are probably like, ooh, that's nice. That's the CVO, I believe. But they make multiple different sizes. And what I mean is, this one will jump literally everything besides a semi. I don't remember the voltage exactly that it will jump, but you guys, this one has the juice to get the job done. Jump starter. This will go to a 7-liter diesel, you guys. So definitely my truck. But here it is. So I bought this probably 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Actually, it was a lot longer than that. It was the beginning of the year I bought this. It still has 99% battery life. Never charged it. I charged it one time and threw it in my truck. I haven't charged it since. This thing is fantastic, and I think they do have smaller versions going for like 100, 150 bucks if you have a small car. But this will do an 8-liter gas and then a 7-liter diesel. Yeah, this thing has been a game changer, and this is not needed for emergency situations, you guys. All right, another couple of small things that I always keep in my truck. This one, for those of you guys that don't know, a few bucks, you can pick up one of these keys. It's like an irrigation master key or something like that. You can pick them up at your local stores. But they just have different size sockets. So 4 different sizes that you can just put in there and then get you some water. Very awesome tool. Takes up almost little to no space. I hardly ever see anybody put them in their survival kits, bug out kits, anything like that, which is so crazy. These are just great tools to just have in your toolbox, you guys. I never see anybody ever talking about these things. And I don't know why. They're only a couple of dollars and they're so beneficial to have. Also, some very basic stuff that you guys should definitely keep in your truck too. A simple flashlight. I have these everywhere in my house. There's one sitting right next to my gun in my room, you know, in case I need to come out. I don't want to come out blind. There's different modes on this one as well, which I don't like. When it comes to having a flashlight, I want the thing to turn on and I want it to turn off. I don't want it to sit there and flash and blink, and I'm sitting there, you know, trying to get the right mode here. Like, that's super annoying. But one thing I do like about this is you can twist it so you can turn it to a smaller circle or a bigger circle, and also the button on the back glows in the dark. I know, right? One of the very few flashlights I've seen do that, but this has that where you can make the circle bigger and smaller. So crazy. Like, who would put a glow-in-the-dark button on a flashlight? Like, who would need a flashlight in the dark anyway? That's stupid. This one I do believe takes, I think, 3 AAA batteries. It's not rechargeable, unfortunately. They do have a lot of rechargeable batteries out there these days, but this one does take 3 AAA batteries, and I bought this last summer, so it's been over a year since I bought this. I've used this a handful of times, And it's just been sitting in my truck. Well, this one isn't. This is the one I just pulled out of my garage. But there is one in my truck. There's one in my room, and then there's always one that sits out here, typically in this cupboard, like right here. We did just have a power outage a couple days ago, but they're nice to have. But the other thing that I have in my house that allows me to not have to worry about flashlights so much is this little light right here. Plugs right into your wall outlet, just like so. And these are everywhere. We have them in our bathrooms, they're in our hallways, we have them in our kitchen. So anywhere you go in our house, this thing lights up, but it's not like crazy light like this. But what's amazing about it is if the power goes out, this thing is still going. So you have no power in your house, but yet you have lights all over the place. Explain it. So this thing plugs into your wall, and there's a battery in here that keeps it charged. And it stays on for a long time, you guys. So if it's light in the house, this is off. But if it's dark in the house, then it's on, if that makes sense. But yeah, they're great, you guys. I love them to death. When your power's out and you need some power, there you go. Those things are sweet. And you can pick up like a 10-pack off Amazon for almost nothing. A couple other things real quick, because I know this video is getting a little long. Some kind of water filtration. You guys, there's like 8,000 different ways that you can filter water, clean water. You can use tablets, you can boil it, you can use life straws. Every single company under the sun sells some kind of water filtration. You can fill up a bag, you can put it over a flame, you can put it in a cup, you can boil it, you can suck it through a straw, you can put it through a filtration cup. There's cups out there nowadays that you literally unscrew it, you fill it up with water, and you press down on it, and it filters the water out for you. There's so many different ways, so I didn't want to dive too much into water filtration, but something that I have on me, just in case, is a water straw. These things it's called a life straw. These things are very inexpensive, and they filter 1,000 gallons of water. 1,000 gallons of water. So pretty much, you'll probably never even use this, the whole thing. But it's super simple to use. You just put it in some dirty water, you scoop it up in your cup or whatever, and you literally just suck through it. Super, 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 super simple. One other thing that I would highly recommend you do is you should get some type of like cup filter, whatever that may be. So it's like one of those cups I just explained to you. You scoop up the water, and then you press the actual cup container itself into the water, and as you're pressing it together, it's pushing it through that filter so that it's safe for you to drink. And it literally filters out 99% of whatever it may be. But if you are using one of those cups, and let's say you're going into a river or a stream or a pool or something like that, if you could put some kind of cloth over the cup and kind of hold on to it this way, and then fill that cup up with water, you're getting rid of a lot of that big stuff that filter might get clogged with, or might just render that filter unusable anymore. So that's just a helpful tip. Like if you have like a baby wipe or a gauze wipe or something like that, that you can just filter the big contaminants, like your leaf chunks and your big chunks of dirt, sticks, and debris. If you could get that out of your water, that'd be great. But yeah, water is very important, and it's you can only go a few days without it. So if you can figure out some way, shape, or form to get your water, and also a lot of this stuff will depend on where you live. Like if you live way out in Alaska, you're probably going to have a way different kit than mine. You're going to be seeing a lot thicker material, stuff like that. That's also another thing that you should always have in your vehicle is socks, a spare pair of socks or two. Throw some gloves in there, whether they be light duty or heavy duty. I just happen to have a couple pairs of these, and socks. If you could throw in a full-sized sheet, the size full, not twin, but if you could throw in a full sheet, I'm pretty sure you can buy them from the store, and they're no bigger than this baby wipe package right here. You could literally do so many things with a full sheet. You just throw it in your truck, car, whatever it may be. You can make bandages. You can sleep with it. You can sleep on it. You can use it to cover you from the sun. You can drape it over you to get the bugs off of you. Like, there's so many different things that you can use with a full sheet. It's insane. You could use it for water filtration. You could use it for fire kindling. There's so many different things you can use it for. And all it takes up is a little tiny piece of space like that in your vehicle. It's a no-brainer for me. I would definitely highly recommend you do that. Also, another thing that you could throw in there is another pair of shoes. If you could, toss in another pair of shoes. Like I'd already said, throw in some more socks, and also throw in a hoodie, a nice hoodie. And this is like survival aside. This is like a parent pretty much, and also a husband telling you this. A hoodie in your vehicle can be a game changer, because you never know where you're at, what you're doing, what's going on. You guys might actually need, you're like, oh, it's a little chilly out here. Well, good, because I have a hoodie in my truck that you guys can use. So that's good to keep that in mind too as well. Super simple little pack that you can pick up at your local Walmart, Dollar General, whatever it may be. Just some baby wipes in case you need to clean yourself. You can also use this for kindling. You can also use this for, they have ones that can disinfect. So if you have a wound, you can disinfect your wound. But you can also use these to just wash your hands. Like if you need to do something, you need to wash your hands. Maybe you got something in your eyeballs. You don't want to go digging in your eyeball with your nasty little fingers. They do sell these little tiny single packs. I think this one has 15 in it, or 6 wipes in it. If I were you, I would just go and get yourself a big one. Just like this. Just go get a big one. 56 wipes. You never know. You're always going to need it. Kids are always making a mess. You're always making a mess. You can do so many things with them. They're so versatile. If you got to, go take a crap in the woods, you don't have to wipe with a pine cone and 2 leaves or whatever it may be. That's just awesome. Also, this thing right here, something I've been looking into is a power bank. I haven't found the perfect one yet. But something that's solar powered that I can charge my phone or maybe some other device that I have. But this is one that we actually got from Consumers Energy for free. What's really nice is it's powered by the sun. So if you have a small device like a flashlight or a radio, or if you want to charge your phone, you just throw this thing on the hood of your truck, anything like that, throw it outside, charge your phone, you're good to go. It's just really nice to have, you guys. It soaks up some sun, and it gives you a little bit of battery, and when it dies, you just throw it back out there, and you just start over. You just do it again. It's really nice to have one of these things. If you guys, also has a flashlight right here. Don't know why that's on there, but you just got to hold the power button down, it turns on and off. But if you guys know of a certain brand or some kind of like power bank that has a solar light or solar panels on the front of it that you can throw out there, and I'm not looking for something huge. I don't want to roll out like 12 panels. I just want something small that might give my phone a couple more, shots of battery. If I have a lighter I need to charge or something like that, just throw it in the comment section below and tell me what you guys think. But this was free, so yeah, why not? I love it. Another thing, if you guys wear glasses, I would definitely recommend keeping a pair of glasses in your vehicle. And this can be work related, this can be an emergency, anything like that. I do have a spare pair of prescription glasses. These are also safety glasses, so there's a lot of foam right on the side of it there too as well. So these are actually some really nice glasses, and these just sit in my glove box. I know they're there. If my glasses break, or if I get something in my contacts, my sunglasses, I can't wear them in the dark. If I need a spare pair of glasses, I've got it. Also, one last thing, you guys, that I would like to show you is a food supply of some sort. I was just bringing these out just for show, to show you guys. These are just little tiny packets that have caffeine in them when you want to drink some water and give yourself a boost of energy or anything like that. They make so many different things. They have instant coffee, and also they have, I'll show you, I have some. So this is obviously a little bit bigger than what I would expect you to carry around, but this is PB Fit. So it's peanut butter powder. These can be life-changing. They make little tiny packets just like this right here. They make these little packets of PB that you can put it like peanut butter powder or whatever it may be in this packet. All you got to do is add a little bit of water. This big old container right here will make a astronomical amount of peanut butter just by adding water, and it literally just packs a punch. So when you're talking about space that you're trying to save maybe in your backpack or in your car or anything like that, if you're talking about weight, whatever it may be, you can bring a jar of peanut butter with you, which is totally fine if that's what you want to do. You can get a small little container of peanut butter. That's totally fine. So you can definitely get some smaller ones. And if you have some of those, I don't want to say MREs, I forgot what they're called, but they're pretty much just like all the air sucked out of them. And they're little tiny crackers, but they pack a punch. Those crackers pack a massive punch. So if you have those, that's phenomenal. I highly recommend you get some kind of food source, but I just wanted to show you there's a lot of different ways that you can do it, and you can keep it like, I don't want people carrying around like cans of SpaghettiOs and like big bulky items like packs of ramen noodles. So you're sitting out in the woods in your cup trying to, you know, consume those calories. You want some good dense calories too, you guys. You don't want just garbage. You don't want to eat just like a Hershey's bar or whatever that may be. Try to think of different ways that you can pack a punch with as little weight as possible. And what's really nice about pretty much this entire thing, I just showed you guys all of this stuff right here, except for I don't need 4 different knives, and I don't need a medical kit this big, and I definitely don't need this jumper box right here. But a lot of this stuff that you see right here, besides pretty much a blanket and a tarp or something to protect me, my full sheet that I was telling you guys, a lot of this can fit in a small little tiny duffel bag. You guys, this is very important, not just for me to tell you, but for you to know and to have on hand. This is very, very important. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to put fear into your eyes. I'm just telling you, I don't want to see you on the side of the road, hopeless, just praying for a miracle. Your phone's dead, you've got no service, an EMP comes through, a snowstorm, something like that. Like, I just want you guys to be prepared. Most of the time, you only need to take care of yourself for a few hours, you guys. For like an emergency happens and you're back home within a few hours. But it makes me feel better to know that you went out and you spent, you know, a couple dollars just for reassurance. Because when it happens, you're going to pray and pray that you had some of these things, you guys. And then, like I said earlier, if you own a local business and you're traveling around town all the time and you're constantly in different places all the time where things happen all the time, just a medical kit is very important, you guys. If there's anything to take away from this video, it's to get yourself a nice medical kit. It's very important. Every single day this thing it's ready, it's available. It's very, very, very important. Just be prepared, you guys. And also, do me a huge favor, throw it down in the comment section what you guys think I'm missing, what it is that you want to see. If you have any questions, throw them down in the comment section. I'm a little off topic on today's video, but this does pertain to owning a business. This is something that needs to be talked about. This is definitely something that needs to be shared amongst our community, and not just lawn care. We're talking about landscaping, snow plowing, drywalling, shingling, construction, electricians, plumbers, any of that stuff. A lot of this can be just thrown in your truck, set it, forget it, but when the time comes and you need it, it's there for you. So thank you guys so much for watching. Smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more future content just like this. Thank you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.